So exactly 12 days ago, I was struggling to move this cube in Blender. But today we made this 3D animated Zack film video without even breaking a sweat. I did struggle a lot, but almost 2 weeks ago I had no idea about the software. And yes, I was even scared to open it. And I know some of you guys can relate to the situation. Blender might look scary, but if you follow the right path, you don't have to learn all these complex nodes and all this rigging and I don't know what else is there, but you don't really have to learn a lot to create something like this. And what Blender Guru said was perfectly accurate. You only have to learn 20% of the things which you will use for 80% of the time. I don't know if that's the exact words he used, but hold my hands, brothers and sisters. I'm gonna help you learn the software as easily as possible. And in the coming days, I'll be posting an in-depth video on how to create such an animation without struggling too much. But as of now, I'm learning the software myself and trying to create a much easier, simplified version of a CCAS tutorial. I promise you, it's gonna be worth it. So please wait. Now about the video. We have this topic in which we are trying to make a YouTube shorts which explains why we shouldn't shoot at an armadillo. And for this, I made a small script and already planned few scenes. The assets required for creating a video like this is quite simple. We need a 3D armadillo model and this grass. And that's it. The rest I've taken from our previous video, and that's the fun about 3D. You just have to make a really good background like this, which I did by scaling the cube and beveling its edges and adding this grid background as its texture. And this camera setup as well as its light sources are also from our previous video, and it's all done. So when I had this plan to make this armadillo video, I just had to import this model and create this grass, and it was as simple as that. So for every new video we are going to create, we are just going to take the necessary elements which we had already created in our previous video. And no matter whatever ideas you have in the beginning days, just follow these steps which I am about to tell you, because it's going to save you a lot of time and energy. And I've learned few cool things while I was making this video, and guys, it's so smooth and satisfying, you're going to love it. So it all happens in the camera animation. So in the beginning, I wasted a lot of time keyframe the camera movements with the bullet. And even though I spent hours making this animation, it looked so bad because manual keyframing won't have a flow in it. It won't have that satisfying movement, and it's gonna be a disaster if you really don't know anything about it. So I deleted these keyframes and started watching many Blender tutorials, and guess what? There is this tool or constraint called as track 2 which can be placed on anything, and it works like the truck which carries the load. Like when we attach this track 2 constraint to a moving object, it just follows its path and animations. So I was thinking, why not we add it to the bullet itself? Because the only element which is moving a lot in this video is the bullet itself. And if you could track it and give some cool movements on the camera, which is already tracking the bullet, we will end up having a camera animation like this. And it's so cool. It feels like those camera lock-in animations that we see on commercials. And obviously we are editing a shorts video and we need to have some cool animations within the frames. So this is one of the best way to make a sick ass camera moment inside of your video. You can also do it to the light source so that the light will be focusing on our subject. For an example, I am moving the camera over here and I want this shiny effect over my armadillo model. And in order to achieve this, I could render it and take it to a video editing software, rotoscope the object and make it happen. But it's so much work. Or you could just move the light source to this side to make a shiny wipe effect. But there is more. If we could track our object and just move the light source like this, then we don't have to touch any other controls. Because no matter wherever we move our light source, it will be tracking it like this. So it's a fun thing I've learned this week, which is extremely helpful. And about this grass, it's so easy to make. Add a plane, add a particle system to it, change this thing to hair, and this hair length can be 0.05, and change this number to 600,000, the Brownian value to 0.1, and we have something like this. That's it. It's that simple in Blender. Also, one other thing. Now, if you had watched my previous video, I had no clue about the frame rate and how to set it up. And I calculated it as the frame range divided by the frame rate, which gives the total seconds inside of our video. But I had to manually change the keyframes and it was a lot of mess. So if you want to make your videos a bit more slow without touching any keyframes, you just have to go towards this output tab and under this time stretching, increase a new to 200. And if you want more slow motion, you can change it to 300 or 400. But it's gonna take a longer time to render due to the extra frames we added to the scene. But trust me guys, it's fun to edit these slow motion videos inside a video editing software as we have more flexibility in it. And that's how we did this video. The in-depth video is coming soon, so stay tuned for it. And I've also started posting these exported videos as an experiment. Now don't go search for these videos and subscribe to the channel. I'm just doing it for an experiment. So if there are any progression, I will definitely let you know. So far, we are doing a very good job with Blender. I'm also getting to learn a lot of things over here. And if I have ever uploaded that video by the time you are watching this video, it will be linked on the left hand side of the screen. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye and take care.